they're sticking with going to Saudi Arabia still. They're not backing out. All the while, this journalist, the whole reason this is the backlash is because a journalist was basically murdered by Saudis, and the Turks have proof of this. They have video and audio proof that it happened with a bone saw, literally dismembering this guy, capturing him in a consulate in Turkey and dismembering him with a bone saw because of his outspokenness towards the regime. I know Lindsey Graham spoke out against Saudi Arabia and the prince, and a couple of high-profile businesses have pulled out of Saudi Arabia. So it's not like the WWE could pull out. They're just sticking with their guns and they're going to go through with it. But they pulled references to Saudi Arabia off. Well, first they removed the show from the calendar. Then they put the show back on the calendar, but that only said Crown Jewel. It didn't say Saudi Arabia. It didn't say the stadium that they're going to, or that. And then they put it all back, and now they're just business as usual. And people were kind of watching Raw last night, going like, "Okay, are they going to put the graphics up on the screen? Are they going to keep promoting the World Cup matches? Are they?" And they did. They just kept doing it. And Shawn Michaels is coming out of retirement for this show. I mean, whew. I mean, this is a. I can't imagine being in the corporate communications department of WWE right now. It has to be a nightmare.
Yeah, what's that thing? Shawn Michaels didn't die for this. It'll be interesting to watch their stock. I don't know if their stock has gone down or what. That'll be very interesting to watch.
I don't think it's actually tanked too much. I mean, it has gone down. I can see here on Google, it's at 84.29. So it was closer to like 95, 96, I think at one point. I'm sorry. The high was 97.69. So it has dropped more than $10. So you are seeing a reaction, now still 84.29 is huge for them. I mean, that's the highest it's been in a long, long time. But yeah, there's definitely been, there's been reactions to it, unquestionably.
No, there has been. And we've had, and by we, I mean Canada, we've had our fair share of, interactions with, between us and Saudi Arabia a couple of months back, where several Saudi Arabian citizens, I don't know if you guys heard about that.
Yeah, I think Paul talked
about it. Had to leave the country.
Yeah, I think.
I'm sorry.
I think Paul brought it up on the podcast that we did after Super Showdown.
They listen. I'm not saying they're right. I'm not saying they're wrong, but they do whatever the fuck they want. They're getting away with it. Good for them. Whatever. Again, I'm not picking sides or anything. They do what they want. If the WWE wants to continue moving forward, then that's going to be their problem.
Yeah, really, I think it's going to be a big problem.
Whether WWE goes to Saudi Arabia or not, it's not going to change anything for them. For Saudi Arabia, they don't give a shit whether WWE comes or not. You want to come, great. We're paying you the money. You don't, fuck it. We'll probably sue you or whatever. They're not going to change. Like Saudi Arabia is not going to change based off of WWE going or not.
No, I think you're right. I think the problem is we live in a very reactionary / outrage culture. But in this case, I don't think the outrage is that ridiculous. Like I've seen people get outraged over a lot of silly stuff in the last couple of years, but I don't think it's that outrageous to say, hey, you guys may not want to be associated with a country who murdered a journalist.